Sometimes, no matter how hard you try, you are never their first choice. Not really important to them. It's like they care about everyone else more, and you wonder if you matter. Today, we're going to fix this. It's not just about being liked. It's about learning how to be someone everyone wants to be around. We're not changing you, just making the best parts of you shine. If you felt ignored or undervalued, this video will change that. By the end, you'll know how to make sure people see and hear you in every relationship. So, forget about being invisible. It's time to change your story. Step by step, click subscribe, and let's start this trip from being overlooked to being unforgettable. Ready? Here we go. 1. Be intriguing. To become unforgettable, start with being intriguing. Mystery here doesn't mean keeping secrets or hiding your true self. Instead, it's about slowly sharing who you are, like revealing a story bit by bit. This makes people more curious and keeps them wanting to know more about you. Imagine meeting someone who tells you everything about themselves immediately. There's nothing left to find out later. But if someone shares a little at each meeting, it makes every encounter an exciting chance to discover more about them. This slow reveal keeps us engaged. Ancient thinkers, like the Stoic philosophers, valued the art of holding back. For example, Marcus Aurelius praised temperance. Sharing your thoughts and feelings wisely and when it's right, not all at once. This doesn't mean you're hiding. You're just allowing others to fully understand and appreciate who you are over time. Seneca believed in enjoying the present without worrying too much about the future, a concept that can be applied to sharing yourself with others. Let information about your plans, past, and deep thoughts unfold naturally as you get closer to someone. Being mysterious isn't about pretending to be someone else or deliberately being hard to understand. It's realizing the worth of your life story and sharing it thoughtfully, like a good storyteller. Reveal your character, experiences, and beliefs gradually, making others keen to learn more. This way of interacting is attractive. People are drawn to those who fascinate them, those who keep some things to themselves. It's like the excitement of reading a good book. You can't wait to see what happens next. By mastering the art of being intriguing, you become a living story that others can't wait to continue discovering. 2. Prove your worth. The second step to becoming unforgettable to others is to prove your worth. This doesn't mean bragging or pretending to be something you're not. It's about showing you're unique and valuable, making your presence in someone's life truly special. Consider this: we often overlook what's readily available but treasure what's rare and hard to get. You should show you're that rare gem. Living in a way that reflects self-respect and value makes others recognize and respect your worth too. Marcus Aurelius once pointed out, "You control your mind, not external events. Know this and you'll find strength." Focus on your actions, beliefs, and strengths. Recognizing your worth without needing others' approval makes you more attractive. Seneca highlighted the importance of valuing our time, suggesting we don't have a short life, but we waste much of it by not spending time on those who don't value you. You demonstrate that your time is precious. This doesn't mean being arrogant, but rather deeply connecting with those who respect you. Epictetus taught us about self-reliance. We can't control the world, only our reactions in relationships. This means not seeking others' approval but finding it within. Being self-reliant and confident makes others view you as valuable. This rule is about living with dignity, self-respect, and confidence. Showing your worth in a modest yet assertive manner. When you respect yourself, maintain healthy boundaries, and pursue your goals determinedly, you naturally draw others' respect and attention. They start to see you as someone significant, someone worth their time and investment. This is how you become a priority in their lives. 3. Build your own joy. The third step to being someone others consider important is all about generating your own joy. This concept is key because when you're genuinely joyful, you're naturally more appealing to others. It's not about faking happiness, but truly discovering what makes you joyful and embracing it. Marcus Aurelius, a wise figure from the past, believed joy comes from within, saying, "Your life's happiness is tied to your thoughts' quality." This implies that your happiness is up to you, not dependent on others, but based on your thoughts and life outlook. When you cultivate positive thoughts and take joy in what you do and achieve, you emit a confidence and satisfaction that attracts others. Seneca highlighted the value of finding contentment in oneself, pointing out that real joy is created by ourselves and not by external circumstances. He advised, find true joy in living in the now, without overly worrying about the future. This suggests enjoying life's moments as they come, rather than always seeking happiness from outside sources. Epictetus, another thinker, stressed focusing on what we can control, suggesting, don't look for good in external things. Find it within yourself. This reminds us that our happiness shouldn't hinge on others but on our own actions, values, and self-care. Practically, this means pursuing passions, surrounding yourself with supportive people, and maintaining your health. It's about creating a life you're happy with on your terms. When you are content with yourself and your life, you're not seeking others to complete you, but instead, you're sharing your fulfilled self with them. This attribute is highly attractive and draws others to want to be part of your world, not because they need to make you happy, but because they're attracted to your joy. In essence, forging your own happiness means developing a positive attitude, living in the moment, and finding joy independently. This internal joy shines outward, making you someone others wish to be near and naturally making you a priority in their lives. 4. Know your value and encourage others to contribute. The fourth guideline for being someone people prioritize is understanding your worth and inviting others to contribute their time and effort toward you. Think of yourself as a rare gem, not easily discovered without dedication. This idea is echoed in the wisdom of Stoic thinkers. Epictetus, for instance, reminded us that nothing grand emerges suddenly, highlighting that deep connections build gradually through shared time and endeavors. By letting others invest in you, they begin to appreciate your uniqueness and the value you add to their lives. Marcus Aurelius pointed to the significance of recognizing our own worth, suggesting that happiness and self-respect stem from within, shaping how others see and value us. He noted, a happy life is built on very little, all found within oneself. Presenting confidence in your value makes others more inclined to see and respect it. Seneca emphasized being valuable to oneself above all. He remarked, our fears are more numerous in our imagination than in reality, suggesting that the worry that others won't recognize our worth is often baseless. By valuing yourself, you become more valuable to others. Practically, this rule means living in a way that reflects your worth through personal development, self-care, and crafting a life you're proud of, which others aspire to join. Carving your own path is about setting goals for yourself and pursuing them. It's about having hobbies, moving forward in your job, or spending time with friends and family who make you feel good. Having your own life means doing things that make you happy. When you have a life full of things you love, people naturally want to be part of it. They see you as someone who adds something good to their lives, not someone who always needs help or approval. In short, making your own way is about being happy with who you are and what you do. It's about enjoying your own company and what you've got, which then makes other people want to be around you. When you're happy living your life your way, you automatically become someone others want to put first in their lives. 6. Take care of yourself first. The sixth key to being important to others is making sure you look after yourself. This rule tells us it's essential to care for and respect ourselves. Looking after your own needs isn't being selfish. It's actually something you need to do. When you make sure your own needs are met, you show confidence and value in yourself, which makes others notice and want to be around you. Marcus Aurelius, a wise Stoic, talked about how we can control our minds and find inner strength. He said, your mind is yours to control, not the things that happen around you. Understand this, and you'll find real strength. This tells us to focus on ourselves and what we need, reminding us that we can't control others, but we can control how we treat ourselves. Seneca, another wise thinker, said it's super important to rely on ourselves and not depend too much on other people to make us happy. He believed that being happy comes from inside us, not from the people around us. Epictetus, who also had lots of good ideas, said we should focus on what we can do, like our actions and how we deal with problems. He mentioned, we're not upset by what happens to us, but by how we think about what happens. When it comes to having your own life, this means not worrying too much about what others think of you. Focus on making your life great for you. In simple terms, having your own life means doing things that make you happy, whether it's a hobby, moving forward in your job, or hanging out with friends and family who make you feel good. It's about setting goals for yourself and going after them. When you have a life full of things you love, people naturally want to be part of it. They see you as someone who adds something good to their lives, not someone who always needs help or approval. In short, making sure you come first is all about knowing you're worth it. It's caring for yourself inside and out. When you do this, you not only make your own life better, but also become someone others respect and want to be close to. By showing you value yourself, you help others see your value too. 7. Treat your time like treasure. The seventh step to being someone others see as important is really understanding how special your time and attention are. This means knowing that when you share your time and focus with someone, it's like giving away a valuable gift. It's showing you've got your own things going on, hobbies, work, and personal stuff, making the time you give others something special. Marcus Aurelius talked about how we should act like we don't have forever to do everything. He was like, "Don't live thinking you've got 1,000 years. This tells us our time is precious, and we should be choosy about how we spend it. Being picky with your time shows people it's not something they can just expect whenever." Seneca had this to say about time too. "We don't have a short life. We just waste a lot of it." He's reminding us to be careful with how we spend our time. By not always being available, you make it clear your time is worth something, and this makes others see its value as well. Epictetus, who was all about focusing on what we can control, said to use our time on stuff that makes our lives better. When it comes to your time, this means doing things you really care about and hanging out with people who really value and respect your time. In real life, valuing your time means you don't have to say yes to everything. It's having your own plans and choosing how to spend your time wisely. It's finding a good balance between doing things for you and for others, making sure you're not always the last one on your list. In short, valuing your time is knowing your worth and showing it by how you use your time. It's about being there where it matters most, but also keeping enough time for your stuff. By doing this, you make your presence something people look forward to, making you a priority in their lives. 8. Take turns talking and planning. The eighth step to being someone others think is important is finding a good middle ground when it comes to starting chats or making plans. It's about not always being the one to text first or come up with things to do. When you wait for the other person to reach out, sometimes it shows you've got your life and respect your time. It also lets them prove they think you're important and want to spend time with you. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Life is a bit like wrestling, not just dancing." It means dealing with relationships needs us to be flexible and not always the one leading. Sometimes we need to step back and let the other person come to us. It's all about making sure both people are putting in equal effort. Seneca thought being able to stand on your own 2 feet was key, and that we shouldn't let our happiness rely totally on others. By not always being the one who messages first, you're saying you're okay on your own, and it gives them a chance to miss you and show they care. Epictetus emphasized self-discipline and thoughtful behavior, saying, "With 2 ears and 1 mouth, we should listen more and talk less." This connects to our principle underlining the importance of listening and allowing for quiet moments rather than constantly sharing our thoughts or making plans. It encourages us to balance when we reach out and when we step back. Putting this into action means thinking about how often you're the one getting in touch first. It's fine to start conversations, but you should also let them have the chance to do it. It's not about playing games. It's about making sure both sides are equally into the relationship. In short, finding a balance in who starts talking is about valuing your time and letting others show they value you too. It makes sure the relationship works well for both of you, making it more satisfying and helping you be more important to each other. 9. Keep your feelings in check. The 9th tip to being important to someone is to keep a good hold on how you feel in relationships. It's about not letting our feelings run wild and take over, but rather handling them in a way that keeps our dignity and respects both sides. Marcus Aurelius, a smart ancient philosopher, talked about keeping cool and thinking clearly, saying the smartest way to deal with bad actions is not to act badly in return. In terms of keeping emotions balanced, this means not just reacting on the spot with strong emotions but thinking it through calmly. This helps us not to get too caught up or fall too hard too fast. Seneca, another philosopher from the past, pointed out the importance of not letting our feelings get ahead of us. He mentioned it's unnecessary to start worrying before there's a reason. This tells us not to let worries or hasty feelings make us act rashly in our relationships. Let things move along naturally without forcing our emotional hand too soon. Epictetus also highlighted how crucial it is to manage our reactions. He explained that what matters isn't what happens to you but how you deal with it. When talking about keeping feelings balanced, it means understanding we can't control everything in our relationships, but we can keep our emotional response in check. This isn't about being distant, but about taking it slow and seeing how things unfold. In real life, this rule means being careful about how fast and deep you dive into feelings for someone. It's about getting to know them at a steady pace and letting the emotional side of things grow as it should. This not only keeps you from getting hurt, but also makes you more appealing because it shows you respect yourself and the quality of your emotional connections. In short, staying emotionally balanced means being smart with your feelings. It's about not rushing into strong emotional ties but letting them develop gradually. This careful approach makes you a steadier and more desirable partner, helping you be a priority to someone. 10. Know when to leave. The 10th step to making sure others see you as important is having the courage to leave when you're not being treated right. This is all about knowing how much you're worth and not sticking around in a bad situation. It's a big sign that you respect yourself and is crucial for making sure others treat you like a priority too. Marcus Aurelius talked a lot about inner strength and respecting yourself. He said something like, "Your mind is in your control, not what happens around you. Understand this, and you'll find your true strength." This fits perfectly with our rule. It means that the courage to step away from something bad comes from inside. It's knowing that you might not control how others act toward you, but you do control what you do about it. Seneca, another philosopher, mentioned how important it is to value ourselves and not accept less than we deserve. He put it as life's like a story. Its value isn't in how long it lasts but in how good it is. When it comes to who we spend our time with, it's better to have quality people in our lives rather than just anyone to avoid being alone. Epictetus also believed in making our own choices and being responsible for ourselves. He said true freedom is for those who learn. This kind of freedom means choosing to leave a bad situation because you respect yourself. Being educated here means knowing your worth and that you should be in respectful and positive relationships. In real terms, being ready to walk away means you have clear limits in your relationships, and you stick by them. It's about seeing when things are not fair or one-sided and being brave enough to leave instead of settling. It's tough, but it really shows how much you value yourself. To sum up, being ready to leave is recognizing and standing up for your worth. It's not being scared to get out of situations that don't respect you the way you deserve. This rule is key because it tells everyone, including yourself, that you need to be treated well and are worth a lot. It's a declaration that you expect more and won't accept less. 11. Find joy in learning and growing. Besides the 10 rules we've covered, another key to becoming unforgettable is to always be curious and eager to learn. This is about seeing every day as a chance to learn something new or to improve a skill. Imagine you're like a garden. Just as a garden grows by being tended to, you grow by learning and trying new things. This could mean picking up a new hobby, reading books, or even listening to others' stories and experiences. When you're always growing, people see you as someone vibrant and ever-evolving. This makes you someone they want to know more about and spend time with. Your willingness to grow adds layers to your personality, making you more interesting and attractive to others. It's like adding new colors to your tapestry, making your life's picture even more fascinating and rich. 12. Cultivate kindness and empathy. Another vital step in being someone others prioritize is to practice kindness and empathy. This means trying to understand how others feel and helping them when you can. Being kind doesn't mean you have to be everyone's savior, but it's about small acts of understanding and compassion that show you care. For instance, listening when someone needs to talk, offering help without being asked, or just sharing a smile can make a big difference. When you show kindness, you're not just making someone else's day better. You're also showing that you're someone who values the feelings of others. This kind of warmth and care attract people to you because everyone wants to be around someone who makes them feel good and understood. It's like being a warm light in someone's day. People are drawn to your warmth and light, making you a person they cherish and want to keep close. As our time together today wraps up, remember one important thing. Your value doesn't come from what others think, but from how strongly you live by your beliefs and respect yourself. Think of yourself as a beautiful work of art made up of your experiences, hopes, and knowledge. Never lose sight of that view. These 12 rules are not just simple tips but powerful reminders of the amazing person you are. Every step you take to appreciate yourself shows the world your true worth. And keep in mind, although we're finishing up today, your journey of growth and finding yourself doesn't have an end. If you found today's talk helpful, there's more for you to discover by subscribing to the channel. Thanks for joining me today. Continue to excel, evolve, and remember that in your life story, you're always the main character. Catch you in the next video. Until next time.